What's going on, masculine family? Welcome back. So I want to talk about why you guys broke up for a reason, but the secondary thing is, why won't she come back right away? So I got a question from this guy that was in this general realm, and I wanted to just address it. So first of all, it takes a woman a long time to re-engage her emotions. So once her attraction for you has fallen, it takes a long time to reignite those things, because she does have to separate the emotional intensity of the negativity that she has for the way she's been feeling about you. That's why is so powerful and so good for a relationship, because it takes away from that intensity. It's not about like the time, really. The time itself helps, but she won't feel so right about you and about everything that went wrong in the relationship. But this also gives her prime time to go find somebody else, which is what is on your minds, right? You guys got here for a reason. A lot of dudes, I just did another coaching session yesterday. He was weak, insecure, another insecure guy, right? Insecure, did not know what to do. So when a guy is insecure and she is more secure than him, she's going to automatically think that she's stronger than him, more masculine than him. As soon as she feels that way, she's gonna leave, especially if she's going to be on, the more feminine side. A lot of women today, most women are gonna be more feminine than masculine, okay? That's just the way it goes. But you are going to need to stay more masculine than her. So if she goes away or she does something, where it creates space in your relationship, there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. Let her go. Let go. Okay? Go work on yourselves. And this is why it's so important to work on yourself. And find your purpose or whatever, right? Because look, your woman in your relationship has to be like, lower on your priority list than everything else until you figure out that like your purpose, and like once you get aligned with what you're supposed to do, it doesn't have to be one thing. It can be like 10 things. It's right. It doesn't matter. But when you wake up and you have that passion and that fire to go do YouTube videos, blogging, whatever it is that you want to do, then you can do that. And your relationship doesn't have to take a back seat, so to speak. But if you're lost, 100% your relationship needs to take a back seat, because you need to figure out where you're going. And there's a big reason why. Women love men who are leaders, who like to lead, who are strong enough to go and pick a direction and stick to that. They love that in a man because it's a sense of security. So how the fuck can you lead a woman if you can't even lead yourself? If you have no idea where you're going, and she's gonna look at you and she's gonna be like, what am I doing with him? It takes time for people to change, and that's why she won't just come back right away. She knows on a subconscious level that you are not going to change overnight. It's going to take a long time for you to actually change, and it's going to take a long time for you to embody that. Women know this. This is like they're born with that. So you need to know, okay, cool, I have a lot of work to do. That's why I tell all my students to read first. Because in this order, this is how people change. This is how you change. If you want to change your life, this is how you do it, okay? Because I did this at 27. I'm getting fired up now. So what you think is number one, right? So what you think is going to change how you feel, and then how you feel is going to change how you act. If you understand how to make money, right? And to do that, you have to first gain some knowledge, okay? Most people in a relationship issue, right? They think they have the right knowledge because of what they've seen growing up from their parents, movies, and all the bullshit that's out there in the world. But then you get broken up with, and then you're forced to take a red pill of some sort, and you go, okay, this is the way shit really is, and it makes you question. So, first, all my students, every one of them, I make them read books. So I give them a document when they sign up for coaching, and I say, here's the document, read these 6 books. Some students can't even get past that because they're so fucking caught up in their own bullshit that I'm like, yo, it'll take you a month to read these. and I make them take notes. So you don't have to read the book 10 to 15 times. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but you take notes of the parts that you don't understand or that are new to you. Then you review the notes. And then you can go back like a year later and reread the books and take more notes of something, you know what I mean? But that is what I get all of my students to do, because you have to change how you think first. And then once you change this up here and you get new knowledge about how this shit really works, videos are not enough. They are not enough. I have students that are like, I'll just watch your videos. I'm like, I'm not covering every topic in depth like books do. And I've gone through all the books that I believe are most important to you for this. And it used to be like 20, and I condensed it down to 6, and I was like, these are the most important ones, right? So you get these books, and then what ends up happening is you're going to change how you feel. A lot of guys in my coaching program are going through a transition because they're like, okay, now I understand, but now I'm angry that I did not know. And that's okay. That's how you know you're growing. The second part is acting on these things. So yes, that's where a bit of a disconnect happens in relationships. But when you make money online or you lift weights or whatever, again, that's pretty easy too, because, you know, you just lift weights. But yeah, there's form, you know, progressive overload, how much protein. Like once you start gaining knowledge and then acting, that's when you physically, literally change. So if you want to change, you want to become a better version of yourself, you have to start with knowledge. Okay, you have to get mentors can help you with this because they can point you in the right direction. A lot of people come to me and they want me to be sort of like a therapist to them, and I understand why, because you need guidance and you're hurt, right? But I'm a guide, and I'm going to point you to go this way and that way, just so, because I've been through that, right? And nothing heals that pain more than time. It's just the way it works. So, and why? Because you're going to emotionally, the intensity is going to disconnect. So at first you're feeling it. It hurts, right? The first like 2 weeks are really intense. Actually could be the first month. And then as each month goes by, you slowly realize it doesn't hurt as much. You broke up for a reason. Usually if she leaves you, it's either because of a complacency issue, insecurity, timing could be off, right? Whatever. But here's what I know about women. They don't leave men they're in love with. They just don't, right? If they're in love with a guy and he's just on it, he's masculine as fuck and she's feminine and everything's great and he's leading properly, she'll move. She'll do whatever to stay away around that guy. I almost said away from that guy. Stay around that guy because he's the captain of his ship. Masculine as fuck. And she's also emotionally invested in him because now the intensity is attached to him. She's attached to him now. She's like, oh, I want to know what you're up to, what you're doing, right? Again, women will follow you. Now, the cool thing, I think this is a good thing. And a lot of men are just butthurt because they're like, I don't know what to do, how to adapt to this, right? The men that are the most angry are the ones that don't know how to adapt. Women today are getting more and more liberated, freedom, more free, more powerful, making more money, right? So guys are like, oh shit, what do I do? Feeling all emasculated and shit. What you guys need to do is try to, first of all, focus on your purpose and focus on things like that. But here's the thing. Women aren't always looking for that in a guy. They want you to be strong and centered, know how to court them properly. If a woman makes a lot of money, a lot of guys automatically feel like they're weaker. So they portray that to her. You see this a lot when you know, a woman might be a celebrity and they don't go out with people who are non-celebrities usually. Sometimes they do, right? If he's like cool, but they usually go after other celebrity because that energy is matching. So that's why it happens. So I'm not saying that money doesn't matter to women, because it definitely does, because it equals security. But there are a lot of good women out there who don't care about that as much as guys think they do. So they care more about your attitude and your energy and you know, your sense of humor and your confidence. We all know confidence is the number one attraction thing for ladies. They're going to be way more attracted to a guy that's confident. And if you feel emasculated by the idea that she makes more money than you, right, you've already lost, because you have no idea what to do to adapt and adjust, right? So what you need to do, fellas, is always be looking and shooting up, right? What I tell all my guys to do is, in this order, right? Attraction is usually the first thing that they have a problem with. So we learn about attraction first. So attraction, female nature, you can kind of do those both at the same time, and then yourself. And what you'll realize as you study these things is learning about yourself is the most important part. Because when you learn about yourself, when you learn about your passions and what you love, and you start doing what you love, then you're going to actually wake up with a lot more of a fiery passion, a lot better energy. Your masculine energy is going to come out, and you're going to be confident, and you're going to exude confidence, and your chest is going to stick out, and you're going to be like, oh, fuck yeah, and you're going to just love your life, okay? And she's going to be way more attracted to that than if you're like, I don't want to go to work tomorrow. I hate my fucking job. Okay? No woman wants to be around a guy that's like, I hate my fucking job. And women aren't relying on guys for money anymore. So fellas, you complaining about your fucking life is only going to get you dumped. So focus on your side hustles, right? Make some money. Take the pressure off of your life, right? Make sure you're working on your body. Make sure you're working on your mindset, because your mindset's the most important thing. Because at the end of the day, this right here, what I'm about to tell you is what it's all about, okay? Promise. A relationship, you might disagree with me, I don't give a fuck. A relationship is not supposed to be serious. It's not. You're supposed to have fun. She just wants to have fun with you. A positive experience, a fun experience, that's it. And look, when you're in a relationship, having fun is all about you and men, right? Men, okay, every relationship is done. I've done this a long time ago, right? In the past before. What do you want to do tonight, honey? I don't know. What do you want to do? I don't know. What do you want to do? I don't know. What do you want to do? All women are like, make a fucking choice, would you? Hurry up and make it. Because all women want to do is just show up, right? Show up with you. Look hot. Have fun. That's all chicks want to do. So all you got to do is just be like, hey, we're going here tonight. Dress like this, or let's have some fun. Oh, I'm not telling you where we're going because, it's a surprise. And some girls can't handle that. And they get mad at you and all that shit. Get rid of them. Get rid of them. So that's another thing. A lot of guys can't handle being single for a little while. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that, fellas. It's okay to be alone for a little while. Actually, it's better because you can focus a lot better on your purpose and what you're trying to do. Look, you don't have to have just one singular purpose, by the way. It's not something that's going to just come to you. Go out and do a bunch of different shit and see what you like. I personally believe that you can do YouTube and blogging to replace your job income because it takes a lot less hourly work, and then you can go find your purpose. That's just what I did, and now I made it a business, right? And now I do whatever the fuck I want. So that's what I want you guys to do, okay? That's what I want you guys to focus on. I want you guys to be able to take the pressure off of life so you guys can be better leaders, and then you guys can start focusing on what fucking information is going into your head. Start reading different kinds of books. Start looking at different perspectives, because that's going to make you a better person. It's going to raise your levels of consciousness. Okay? You're going to be smarter. You're going to be more dialed in. And you're not going to be so worried all the time. So that's why you guys broke up for a reason, because women want to be led. They want to be with a man who can fucking lead and take charge. And they don't come back overnight because they know it takes time to change. It takes a lot of time to change. It takes months, sometimes years, for a guy to go from weak to strong, from feminine as fuck, worried about relationships and women, right, to masculine as fuck, where he works on his purpose and he focuses on his journey and where he's going. So it's important for you guys to do that. Good luck. I'll see you guys soon. Done.